Blaziken is one of the most iconic starter Pokemon in the series, as the original fire fighting type, and perhaps the coolest fictional chicken of all time. Blaziken has captured the hearts and minds of gamers everywhere. When you think of Blaziken in competitive singles, the first thing that probably comes to mind is the ability Speed Boost, an ability that Blaziken gained in Gen 5. This incredible ability that increases a Pokemon's speed by one stage every single turn propelled Blaziken from just another fire type into an offensive behemoth. Thanks to Speed Boost, Blaziken was the first starter Pokemon to ever be banned from OU and ranked in Ubers among the legendaries. It was that powerful. But back in Blaziken's original game, it didn't have Speed Boost yet. Blaziken was at a much more modest power level, and at first glance, it may seem like a pretty mediocre Pokemon, especially compared to the great heights it would reach in the future. Speed Boost made up for Blaziken's below average speed and turned it into a monster. Without Speed Boost, it seems like it would be too slow to really pose much of a threat. Blaziken is not a central OU presence in Gen 3, and it's competing with the much more solid fire types, Moltres and Charizard. But if you're a Blaziken fan, don't let this deter you. Blaziken is much better than it looks, and it has some unique offensive advantages that other top threats in the metagame wish they had. Let's take a look at what Blaziken can provide to your Gen 3 OU team. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to prevent Goldengo's past paradox form, Old Money, from moving forward with his plan to acquire Gen 9 OU and absorb it into the Goldengo Investments company, with the intent of unbanning Espathra to create a second EMU war. Thank you. Blaziken may be slow compared to most offensive Pokemon in the metagame, but it has the advantage of being perhaps the most threatening mixed attacker in the format. Mixed attackers are popular in Gen 3 for their ability to punish the common Skarmory plus Blissey core, and generally just hit as many things super effectively as possible. The most popular mixed attacker in the game is Salamence, who uses fire, fighting, and grass coverage, posing a threat to Skarmory, Blissey, Tyranitar, and Swampert at the same time. Fire and grass coverage hit much more than just that too, and Dragon Claw is a great stab attack to hit things neutrally. Tyranitar can also use a mixed set with that same fire, fighting, and grass coverage. But a disadvantage of these mixed attackers is that their coverage doesn't always hit that hard. They often rely on spikes or good predictions to actually make progress against the walls they're threatening super effectively. And while they're very dangerous, they can be maneuvered around and taken advantage of. This is where Blaziken sets itself apart. Blaziken has the incredibly valuable offensive stab combination of fire and fighting, meaning it does significantly more damage with fire and fighting moves than any other mixed attacker. While a mixed Salamence cannot one-hit KO Tyranitar with Brick Break, Blaziken can. Salamence and Tyranitar fail to one-hit KO Skarmory with their Fire Blast. Skarmory can often choose to take this hit to create a spike on the field or toxic the Salamence. It can then find opportunities to chip heal back up later on in the game. This is a dangerous but often worthwhile exchange for the Skarmory. But against Blaziken, Skarmory does not have this luxury. Blaziken will cleanly one-hit KO Skarmory with Fire Blast, although you don't one-hit KO Blissey with Sky Uppercut or Brick Break. You do well over half of their health, which is very significant. Mixed Salamence and Tyranitar only deal about 40% to Blissey with their Brick Break, so to actually power through Blissey it needs to be chipped down already. Blaziken is a lot more directly threatening to Blissey, putting it dangerously low. If even one spike is up, that Blissey is never coming in safely again, and you can often put it in range of a special attack from a teammate, even without spikes on the field. Preventing Blissey from doing its job of coming in safely against special attackers is massive. For additional coverage, Blaziken can choose Hidden Power Grass or Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Grass allows you to significantly threaten Swampert and damage it beyond repair, enabling teammates like Dragon Dance, Tyranitar, Aerodactyl, or Metagross by significantly damaging their most common check. Hidden Power Ice allows you to punish Salamence or Flygon. These Pokemon can safely come in against the common Fire, Grass, Fighting stab combination, but a surprise Ice type attack will just one-hit KO them cleanly. Blaziken is one of the best Pokemon in the game at luring in Salamence and eliminating it thanks to Hidden Power Ice. In Blaziken's last move slot, you can run many different things. Thunder Punch is a form of electric type coverage which can help out against bulky water types, and Gyarados, who are otherwise very effective switch-ins. Stab Boosted Focus Punch is another great way to punish miscellaneous switch-ins with a huge nuke. Toxic is a nice mid-ground option, and a generally good move on many fire types. A lot of common switch-ins against fire types get totally crippled by Toxic, Toxic. Toxic can punish multiple different possible switch-ins, whether it be Swampert, Flygon, Salamence, or Suicune. Having an option to punish all of these different switch-ins is really useful. Hidden Power Ice and Toxic are a nice combination. Without Hidden Power Grass, you're vulnerable to Swampert, but Toxic can remedy this and give you another avenue to punish Swampert. Despite all of these great advantages, Blaziken can sometimes be a hard Pokemon to fit on teams. Moltres and Charizard are more desirable fire types most of the time, thanks to their complementary flying typing. With an immunity to spikes, you have way more opportunities to enter the field over the course of the game, and therefore more longevity. It also really helps that you're not vulnerable to Dugtrio's Arena Trap or ground type attacks. Blaziken cannot stick around as long as these Pokemon can, but it is a lot more threatening to Common Cores than they are. Although Charizard has options like Beat Up and Substitute plus Focus Punch to hit Blissey, Blaziken's ability to directly and reliably threaten Blissey with a Stab Fighting type move is a significant advantage. For this reason, Blaziken is often used in the lead slot to do as much damage as it can, as early as possible. You can expect Blaziken to faint pretty quickly, so you want to use it early and try to get as much as you can out of it. Blaziken has very solid lead matchups. It directly threatens some of the most common leads in the game, including Tyranitar, Skarmory, and Metagross. Even Zapdos isn't safe. If they Thunderbolt you, they put you into Blaze range and boost your fire type damage, meaning they get one-hit KO'd by the incoming Fire Blast. Mixed Salamence lead also can't one-hit KO you with their standard set, and if you're using Hidden Power Ice, you can one-hit KO them back. This is a bit dangerous, as an unrevealed Salamence could be a physical set, and you would be vulnerable to Hidden Power Flying, but just the threat of one-hit KOing them is significant, and can often lead them to switch out in this lead matchup, just to be safe. Some offensive Spikes teams, or even Spikeless offense teams, will use a mixed Tyranitar in the lead slot for a similar purpose, to do as much damage as possible with wide coverage as early as possible, paving the way for the rest of your team to clean up. Blaziken can do very much the same thing, but with stab types better suited to the role of mixed attacker. If you're not using Blaziken in the lead slot, you still want to bring it in as early as you can, ideally before spikes are up, and take advantage of that uniquely powerful mixed attacking arsenal. Although Blaziken is vulnerable to Dugtrio, it actually doesn't mind getting trapped by Dugtrio as much as a lot of other Pokemon do. This is a Pokemon that you don't expect to live very long anyway, and for Dugtrio to safely come in probably means you already earned a KO with Blaziken. Dugtrio cannot directly switch in to Blaziken unless they predict a Thunder Punch, which doesn't happen very commonly. Once Dugtrio eliminates you, you can now punish their Choice Band Earthquake lock and keep your offensive pressure going. You're probably already up a Pokemon at this point, and now you're up in momentum too. Blaziken is an awesome offensive Pokemon, and one of my personal favorites to use in the whole format. I would say that it's the third best fire type in Gen 3 OU, behind Moltres and Charizard. While other fire types have their niche uses, Blaziken's role as a mixed attacker is a more broadly useful one. A short lifespan, as well as vulnerability to Dugtrio and bulky water types, are significant disadvantages, but with support and some intelligent gameplay, Blaziken can put enemies in tough positions and surprise them with its amazing offensive tools. This video topic was the winner of a poll over on Patreon. Thank you to everyone who voted, and congratulations to Richard and Blaziken for winning the poll. Become a patron to suggest video topics and vote for yourself, and of course to appear on this great end screen alongside your favorite Pokemon.
KO by one hit! It scattered spikes!
The money got different.